I was muted. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, successors? Y'all, welcome. Today is Friday, May 9th, 2025, and it is a great day to be alive. We're 1 minute after the hour, and welcome to Speak Your Success in the Morning. I'm your host, Jonathan Jones, and y'all, it is an amazing day to be here with you. You know, we can't even kick this train off, can't get this show moving without introducing my co-host, bringing it out. Come on out, producer Britt, talk to the people. How you feeling? How you doing?
I'll be good. You always touching something. You always touching something on your end.
Wow,
You
that's
always touching
great.
something. That's where we're
That's
gonna start. Okay, so
crazy. You
happy
came
Friday,
in
everybody.
hot.
Happy Friday, everyone. Jonathan always touching something. Yesterday
Wow.
you touched something. Today you forgot to unmute yourself. Yeah, so you know.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. Blast
wow.
off
Okay. Well,
Friday. How about that?
Oh, wow. Okay. Coming straight from the hip. Well, I mean, excuse me for trying to be considerate of people. You know, I want to mute myself before the show, make sure they get the best audio experience, make sure I don't hear background noise like they be hearing
The
from you
the
sometimes.
program mutes you. It's fine. The program mutes you automatically, so you don't have to do
Mm.
that.
Anyway, we're 2 minutes after the hour, and man, producer Britt, I'm just so excited. You know, we've been talking with the people. The people been engaging with us in the chat. They've been letting us know we hear an echo. We hear an echo, and I would see the comments, and I
Oh
just say,
my
let's
god.
just slide past the echo. Let's just move past the echo. And then it got me a little down, got me a little depressed, producer Britt. But then we went under the hood this week. Producer Britt, we went under the hood this week.
Oh my
And then we were
gosh.
able to cancel out this echo. So for all of our audio listeners out there, hey, I'm sorry, but shout out to producer Britt because she did what producer Britt does and she made this thing go away. So now if y'all like, hey, John,
Hand
yeah,
claps
you
for
know what I'm saying?
myself. Hand
You know
claps
what I'm
for
saying?
myself. Yeah.
Round of applause, round of applause. So you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, this sound real clear. Hey, y'all sound real good. Man, shout out to producer Britt. This is why you gotta have a professional in your life. That's why you gotta have a professional on a team. So y'all, shout out to producer Britt kicking off this Friday episode, even though she fired me up just now. It's all love, producer Britt. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, it's Friday. It's
Mm-hmm.
Friday. Man, it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that it's Friday. I am
I'm
so
with you.
happy that it's Friday. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
don't really have a lot of words. I'm just happy that it's Friday. It's Mother Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't
That's
got a
true.
reservation for your mama not by now, you go ahead, you just cook her something, okay? You go ahead, you just cook her
Uh,
something.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, unless you take her to one of the spots where you pull up and then, you can just book a booth that day. That's
I don't know
fine.
no
Just
spots like that. Not on
just wait
Mother's
for
Day.
wait
Mother's
for a
Day is
little
one of the
hour.
busiest days. I used to work in the restaurant industry. I used to be a waitress. Mother's Day is one of the busiest days
Huh.
ever.
Okay, well guess
Ever.
what? Guess what, producer Britt? I used to work in the restaurant industry too. I used to be a server as well. So I know how it goes. Okay. I've been
Okay,
there,
so
done
you know
that.
you can't just pull up.
Man, I mean the majority of spots.
You know what's about to be packed?
What?
Papados. Papados about to be packed.
Black people love Papa Dough. Like, I mean, I get
Papados is
it.
about to be so packed
Like,
on Sunday.
uh,
And there's gonna be some
yikes.
people in there that roll up. They're gonna be like, I had a reservation. Why I need to make a reservation? 3 hours. I ain't waiting 3 hours. Yeah. It's
Three
gonna be like
hours
that.
for a reservation is next level crazy.
Yeah.
Three
Yeah.
hours?
Yeah. Y'all,
Nah.
ever since COVID, after COVID, and when they started telling us to book reservations, I don't leave the house without a reservation. I don't care if I'm
Mm,
going to Chili's. I'm making a reservation. I'm making a
okay.
reservation. I'm gonna
All right.
RSVP for sure.
R-
I am on my way.
RSVP. Gotta be me. Hey, y'all. And as y'all hopping in, we're going to be talking a little bit about Mother's Day today. We're going to be shouting out our moms a little bit today. And I want y'all just to go ahead and drop in the comment. Drop your mama name in the comment. We'll shout your mama out on Mother's Day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We
yeah.
getting
Get to
into it
love your
and
mama,
everything
your
like that. Gotta get
grandma,
the love.
somebody.
Hey, all of them, because the
Mm-hmm.
matriarchs, all matriarchs matter. You understand? Yeah,
Yes,
all
that's
matriarchs
true.
matter.
That
Yeah.
is true. That is
So,
true.
producer Britt, we ready? We going off top rope, straight from the source.
Yeah, what you got, man? Here we go right here.
Man, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. And one of the things I want to talk about this morning is, y'all, I like one of the biggest challenges that we will come into, or that we'll see day after day. There's always an area to where, y'all, if we don't make this one decision, this will ultimately affect every area of our life. This one decision, right? And that decision is just about the decision to believe, right? And now I know what some of y'all might be thinking. Y'all might be like, John, my beliefs are my own. And we talking straight from the source today. You might be like, John, my beliefs are my own. My beliefs don't affect nobody else. My beliefs don't affect my environment. But the fact of the matter is that is actually wrong. Every belief that you have will impact somebody else that you're connected to. And here's why. So we're going to be in Romans chapter 10 today. We're going to read verses 9 and 10. And we've been going down the Romans road. We've been taking a walk down the Romans road. And Romans chapter 10, verse 9 reads like this: If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. We talking about belief this morning, okay? We talking about belief. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith. You are saved. And you're like, okay, John, I hear you. I get what you're saying, but how does this really apply to me, right? Where's the direct correlation? At the end of the day, if you never believe, then you can't be saved. Mm. Yeah. So we have to we have to believe, and some of y'all might be like, well, okay, John, I hear what you're saying, but how do I get saved? How do I get saved? How do I make sure that I'm in right standing? Because I believe we talked about the other day, and I told producer Britt, I was like, it's wild that if you ask people coming out of church or wherever, you're like, on a scale of 1 to 10, if I ask you, how sure are you that you're saved? 1, I'm not saved. I don't know. 10, I'm super certain. Well, this is how we know for fact. This is what it says in the text. 1, if you declare with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, so your mouth declare, right? 2, if you believe it in your heart, man, I know Jesus died for me. I know he died for me. What he did on the cross was for me. Then 3, you are saved, right? You are saved. So now the question ultimately becomes, will you take God at his word, right? Because people will tell us stuff all the time. They say, hey man, you want to go to the movies? Cool, let's show up at the movies. They be like, I got you. And then you get there, you're like, hey, you got me on the ticket. And they're like, nah, I didn't say that. And you're like, whoa, but wait, I believed what you said, right? People will let us down all the time, every single time, depending on the person and if we're not careful. But the thing about Jesus is Jesus will never let you down. And this is why I want to talk about belief, because belief is one of those things to where, if, like the Bible says, if you believe, right? If you believe, or you see things that are not and speak as if they were, that's talking about belief. That's talking about faith. And faith ultimately is seeing and believing what you sometimes cannot see. We can't see Jesus physically on the cross, but we hear the story about Jesus, and then we know it to be true. So today, the question really becomes: will you take Jesus at his word, for him saying, I died on the cross for you, right? I was hung high, I was stretched wide, and when you believe this, you are saved. This secures your position in heaven forever and ever. So, y'all, that was straight from the source. We came at it a little bit differently today, but I wanted to not only give you some context, but I also want to just make sure that as we continue to go down this Romans road, y'all, I know it's one thing to have blind faith and people just believing for the sake of believing, but begin to think, right? You've heard people, or you will hear people talk about the stories and the things that Jesus did for them, and how he delivered them in their own lives. And now it's your time, right? You have the opportunity to believe. You have the opportunity to accept Jesus. And y'all, that's straight from the source this morning. So Romans chapter 10, verses 9 and 10. Just really, I'm gonna read it one more time. But it's, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and you're justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith that you are saved. Right? So that's straight from the source. I'm Jonathan Jones, and we'll be right back in just a moment with more Speaker Success in the Morning. Looking for an exciting workout that's not only fun but makes you feel alive? It's time to step up your fitness. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese, that's your answer. This isn't your typical workout. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese is an energizing step workout that combines simple moves with fresh beats, both old and new, creating an atmosphere that makes fitness exciting. With the focus on all elements of fitness, cardio, muscular conditioning, flexibility, and balance, you're guaranteed to burn calories and get addicted to the energy. Extreme becomes your safe space, which is a welcome environment where everyone is accepted. It's where you can let go of those worries of the world and focus on getting healthy. Ready to get energized? Join Extreme Hip Hop with Treese today. Do you want to feel confident in your skin every day? Introducing Skin Rituals, a luxury home based skin studio that specializes in hyperpigmentation, acne, and personalized treatments for every skin type. Owned by solo esthetician and registered nurse Courtney Durham, Skin Rituals is all about curating facial treatments designed just for you. Hydrate, brighten, nourish, and soothe your skin with expert care and cutting edge techniques that promote natural healing. Whether you're looking for a relaxing facial or a transformative chemical peel, Skin Rituals offers results driven treatment tailored to your needs. With over 7 years of experience, Courtney's goal is to help you safely achieve the healthy skin that you deserve. At Skin Rituals, we believe that taking care of your skin is an investment in your confidence. Book your appointment today and leave every session feeling grateful for the choice that you made to take care of yourself. Skin Rituals, because your skin deserves the very best. All right, family. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to Speak Your Success in the Morning. We are 13 minutes after the hour, and I became a superhero just now because I disappeared and reappeared because my son, he likes to wake up and wander in the morning. It is wild. So had to go ahead, tuck the little fella back in bed. But y'all, we're back, we're back, we're back. Man, producer Britt, where we at? Where we at? Come on out, producer Britt. Come on out, producer Britt. Oh man, okay. So you know, it's pretty dope being a parent. But one thing that they don't tell you about parenting is that once you become a parent, kids will pop up and be wherever, and you don't never know where they be at. So, knowing and understanding that, y'all, I want to get into, and I want to transition into talking a little bit about Mother's Day. And the reason why, so yesterday, all right, yesterday was my mom's birthday, actually. So my mom's birthday is like right there with Mother's Day, as y'all know, because birthday is her birthday is May 8th, but then Mother's Day doubles down like May 11th. And that's always been the case because, my mom's birthday don't move. But y'all, yesterday we went out to Saltgrass because my mom wanted to go to Saltgrass. So we got her a steak because she likes the steaks at Saltgrass. And one thing that I just want to commend parents and specifically mothers everywhere out there, y'all, it's a different experience when you take a little kid out to eat with you. You understand? When you take a little kid out to eat with you, little kids be yelling, little kids be screaming, little kids be hollering, and all those people who are out there sitting in the restaurant, they might be single. I don't know. They might not have no kids yet. But either way, when you hear them kids yelling, like it will completely affect your experience as a patron at those restaurants. So man, shout out to all the mothers out there that be holding kids down, maybe have one or two kids, maybe by themselves. But man, shout out to all of them because y'all, when I tell you the way my son was yelling yesterday in that restaurant was so disrespectful. And I'm sitting here looking around and I'm feeling self-conscious. And I'm like, man, what is going on? Because this is not making me feel good right now about parenting. So yeah,
Dang.
producer Britt. I'm just saying. Nah, it was because my boy was out there yelling in the restaurant. And I got straight people looking at me. And I'm like, say, bro, mind your business. Mind your business. Okay. And he talking about what's that? What's that? What's that? Don't worry about that, man. Just
That
just just
is
just eat these mashed
funny.
potatoes in front of you. Yeah, eat these mashed potatoes. So yeah,
Where
we
y'all
went to
go
Saltgrass,
yet?
producer. We went to Saltgrass.
Oh.
My mom wanted the Saltgrass steak, so we went to Saltgrass,
Okay, Mama
and
Rose.
it was
Okay.
cool.
All right.
It was a good experience. Yeah, it was good because her birthday doubles down like with Mother's Day. So
Right. Because she's her
Mother's
birthday's
Day on the 11th,
on the what?
8th.
8th.
Birthday
Yeah.
on the 8th, Mother's Day on the 11th. So yeah, man, we did the thing. We did the thing at Saltgrass, and we gave her a card, and me and her kind of have like this. Like it's not like an inside joke, but when I was a kid, we used to have a small rose bush at our house. And then one time
Oh.
I snipped a rose off the bush, and then I
Mhm.
bought her three musketeers because I didn't have much money back then as a little youngster. And since that point, so I gave her the card yesterday,
Mhm.
and then I gave her three musketeers. And she was like, "Oh, Sean."
Oh, that's so sweet.
So yeah,
Do you
man.
and your
Happy.
brother like plan it together, or how does that?
No, no.
Oh.
Because my brother's he's in Louisiana. So my mom's gonna see him when she heads back this weekend.
Oh, okay. He gonna play the sax
But
for her.
he should. I'll hit him up. Make sure
Set that up.
he plays her a little something. Cause she typically always goes and hears him perform like Friday nights at this spot.
Mm.
Cause he got like he low key got a residency at this bar. But
I like it.
yeah, he be playing. He be rocking. But
Man, I need to take
yeah,
a trip,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. He be doing his thing. He be doing his thing. So yeah,
I
man, that's
like
what we doing for my
it.
mama. Did your mama did she decide what she want?
She did not decide what she wanted, so she
Oh,
said,
okay.
"Well, just come visit me." So, I mean, obviously, I was gonna do that, but just come visit me, Brittany. I just want to see you.
The
That's
way
how she
you
sounds.
impersonate your mom.
That's how she
Oh my god.
sounds. Well, Brittany, just come and see me, little old me. She's the cutest. She's the cutest. I
Oh,
love my
shout
mama.
out to Miss
She,
Carla, man.
yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Miss Carla.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
no,
want to show
man.
your pictures first, or you want me to show mine?
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
Southern
Thank
gentleman.
you.
Ladies first.
Thank. I
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate that. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Play. She ate that. Um. Yeah. So, this is my mother. Hold on. I know I'm gonna have to hook up my iPad. This my mama.
My
And Carla Turner. Okay. So I'll show y'all a few pictures of me and my mama.
oh
Okay, let's
dang.
see.
The girl got
Yeah,
albums on albums.
we got an album. This my twin. This my mama. That got one right
Oh.
there. Me and my mama
I think that's
baby.
one of your favorite pictures.
It
And I mean,
is.
I like it because y'all, both y'all ear to ear, just grinning.
That's my
Just
mom. We in
grinning.
St. Louis having a little family time.
Mm.
Um, yeah. We're from St. Louis. Her skating. She be skating, y'all.
Oh,
She's
okay. ATL, roll bounce. Okay.
like
Yeah.
oh man. It was so funny, Jonathan. So with these skates, so this what happened. So she got professional skates because I don't know, my family does everything big, okay? And so it's like okay, well, it's small, let's go what is it? Beginner, intermediate, expert.
Oh
And
yeah.
they just go straight to expert. And it's like, why don't you ever go big follow the steps, okay? Follow the stages. Because she got these skates and apparently if you've ever been skating before out there, you know that you can loosen the wheel and you can make
Uh,
adjustments on the skates, and these skates have a metal bar. So that silver part right there, that's a metal bar. So it's really
uh-huh.
heavy. So it's for professional skaters when you learn how to
Gliding.
skate. Yeah, when you glide, you crossing over, going back, doing all that. So we went to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
skating ring or whatever, and I just got the regular skates. I know how to skate a
Smart.
little bit. I can't. My sister really know how to skate, but I can, a little leg, a little here, a little there. I
Mm,
can
yeah,
get by. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so she got these skates, and man, her feet were burning because her feet were hurting so hard because those skates are so heavy. Those skates are so
Oh, dang,
heavy.
it's like that?
Yes, and I
Mm,
was like, "Mama, what are you doing?" And so she went to go get the regular kind, that they give you at the skating ring, and she's like, "Oh,
mhm.
these feel so much better. These feel so much better, so much better."
No ticket, no skate.
No
Mm.
ticket, no skate. This when we dressed up and we went to go see the Beyonce movie. Yes. Yeah, because
Okay,
Beyonce
okay.
wanted everybody to dress up to go see the movie. So we did that. She just so lovely. I love her so much. She's so
Mama.
cute.
Call her
Yes.
Turner, everybody. Call her Turner in the chat. Hey.
Yes. I as a youth, I probably gave my mama a hard time. I stressed her
Probably
out.
gave her a hard time?
I
Or
stressed her out for sure.
oh, okay,
I
so that sounds more definite.
I
Okay,
had
I
my
like that.
rebel years for sure. Look at her.
Oh,
Yeah, we look
not you.
alike. It's so crazy. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, we
You
look
see
alike.
it
Yeah,
all
we
up
look
in your face. Both of
alike.
y'all.
Copy paste, okay? And then
Man.
this one I took her to go see Tabitha Brown. That's when we saw Priscilla in line. And everybody was like, "That's Priscilla Shire,
Mm,
that's Priscilla Shire, that's Priscilla Shire." And then
this-
yeah. And then Priscilla, she was so humble, of course. And she was like, "No, I was waiting in line." And then somebody snuck her in through the back. Yeah.
of course, of course.
Oh, so this is when I worked at Dave and Buster's. This is my dad, and then that's my mama. And Dave and
Mm.
Buster's, they did family and friends night, or no, yeah, it was family and friends night, but like before we started before the opening, and I got to bring my
Oh,
parents, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's my dad.
come on, family and friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then here we went to the Tex. This is 2019. We went to the Texas Veggie Fair. Me and my mom, we love a
Mm.
good veggie fair, a good farmers market, a good
Oh,
outdoor walking something.
never
Um,
heard of that. The veggie
my
fair?
mama's birthday is on St.
Mm.
Patrick's Day, so one year I took her wine tasting because she doesn't drink or anything like that, and so she
Mm.
was like, "I wouldn't mind doing wine tasting," and so I was like, "All right, mama, get in the car," and then she's like, "Where are we going, Brittany? Where are we going?" And you just have to tell her. She just ruined the surprise all the time. She's ruined the surprise, and so we pulled up to the winery, and she had a good time. She had a good time. Look at her. Yeah, she had
Mm.
a good
Mm.
time.
This tastes
she be
delicious. I like
and she
this.
be. I want to do a boomerang. I want to do a boomerang. This is my sister. This is how my sister. We my sister was in the trunk and I had the car and we surprised her at work. So and she yeah. So my
That
sister dropped.
laugh is crazy. All y'all laugh the same. I heard it.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
goodness.
So this right here, this is one of my favorite pictures. One of my favorite pictures. Okay, so that's my mama right here. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get back. So that's my mama right there. This is my grandma, my mama, and
Oh
then this is my
wow.
great grandma, my grandma mama.
Oh my
And then that's my
goodness.
mama friend in the back, Miss Lisa. And then that's
The
me.
jeans is strong.
Ain't they strong?
Them jeans is
Ain't
strong. Copy
they?
paste, copy paste.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I love this picture so much. We were down in Fort Worth. Everybody looked nice. We went to brunch. This is my grandma Love. Her name is Evelyn Jean, but we call her Love. And so
Mm.
um, this is her second time in Texas. She stays in St. Louis, and
Oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was just like a girls' night, girls' day out, and we went out for brunch, and we walked around, did a little shopping, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Your girl look cute right there.
Fort,
Yeah, yeah.
Fort, Fort Worth is
Had the
definitely the
dress
spot
on.
for that though.
Yeah, that Clear Fork area, you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So you got
there's
with your blues
another
and
one.
blacks on, blue, blacks and whites on.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're going another
Mm-hmm.
one. Now my grandma is. I love my grandma so much. She is. She OG. Love my grandma. Love my grandma. Call her
Uh-huh.
Jazzy. Call her Jazzy. Growing up, she loves music. She loves jazz music, and so
Mm.
yeah, we call her Jazzy. Jazzy. So
Jazzy. Hey.
that's my granny. We call her Granny Mama. And then I got my mama all dressed up, got her hair done, a little makeup. I think that was for a wedding. Um, but yeah, I mean, my mom has always supported me. She's always been my ride or die, everything, anything and everything. This one right here is so funny. That's what Snapchat filters was a thing.
Oh.
Everybody's doing
Oh my goodness.
Snapchat. Yes.
Snapchat. Wow.
Yes, this was in Florida when we went to Kissimmee, whatever. And we were on the lake and we did an airboat. Like our whole family was there. We did a family vacation.
Airboat.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's when you go on a boat and you're on a swamp and it got that big old fan on the back of it.
Oh, that's what that's called? I didn't know
Yeah.
what that was called. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, you see them
yeah.
things in Louisiana all the
And
time.
then, we love a good play. We will go see a play. Okay, so this is The Lion King. I think at this time, this is our second time going to see it. We also went to go see, where's that picture at? We went to go see Hamilton. Yes, that's my mama friend, Miss
Mm. Didn't
Donna.
Hamilton like 3 hours, right?
I mean, all plays are like, no more two and up, two and up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Okay.
we went to go see Hamilton. That was nice. Yes. And then it was one more that I wanted to show. Oh, that was me in my graduation. So my mama surprised me with that dress. So that's a Tory Burch dress. And I had Tory Burch shoes. And so she was like, go to the mail room. You got a surprise. And then I already had the shoes. And then it was this
Mm.
big, long orange box. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? I went back to my room and it was my graduation dress. It was so sweet. It was
What
so
is it, Mom? What is it? I want to spoil the surprise too. Yeah.
No, I didn't want to spoil the surprise. It was one
No,
more.
that's good.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was one more. Oh, look at her. Look at her playing with Ozzy. This is so funny. Look at Ozzy when he was a little baby. Look at Mama playing with Ozzy. Look at don't record me like this. She's such a diva. She's such a diva. And then we did what's that Lofty Spaces when you go over there and they got all them events and everything. Well, remember I
Oh
told you I
yeah,
went to the art
definitely
gallery.
Rocky Spaces. Yeah, that's Rocky
Yeah,
Spaces for sure.
yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's my mom. She went on vacation. She loves a good vacation. Okay. She might have been in DR. She might have been in Mexico. She's been somewhere. And then when I worked at Neiman's, we went to lunch. I took her to lunch at Neiman's for her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, she's so cute. She's so cute. She's so cute. Very high fashion. That's my parents. I took my parents to Carbone. Took them
Mm.
to Carbone. Yes, yes, yes,
Classic
yes,
look,
yes.
classic look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Classic. Okay, I like it. I like
My
it.
dad be chilling. He be chilling. Shady. There go Shay right there. That my Shady
Mm.
right there. We were just shopping, doing our thing. I think we are at Nordstrom's. Yeah, yeah,
Shopping, shopping, shopping,
yeah. There's
shopping,
gonna be some more family
shopping.
members, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, that's my mama. Well, I mean that's my cousin too, but that's my mama cousin. Right there, Nortanda, and then that's
Mm.
my uncle Daryl right there. That's my uncle Daryl. Retired, living a good life.
You got
But
all the
yeah,
pictures. You
I
got all the pictures.
know, I know. I got to, I got to, I got
Hey
to.
man, shout out to Mama. You know, she carried you
Yeah.
for 9 months. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to. Oh, there we go, right there. We're at Universal. We're Universal in Orlando. This is like
Mm.
right the semester right before I graduated. It was so
Oh
cool.
wow.
Yeah, but we had a good time. Went to the Bob Marley. This is the Bob Marley restaurant. That food was so good. Oh my gosh,
Is it still there?
I think so. I mean, I ain't been.
Mm.
I well, I
Oh,
did go to. Well, I went to Disney World. I didn't go to
oh,
Universal. So, yeah, but yeah, 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 yeah. Love my parents. Love my parents. Look, my dad. Cool, cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah,
yeah. Look like
yeah.
a smooth operator.
Every now and then, they'll pop out. They'll pop out. They'll do something. Yeah, but those are my rents. Those are my parents. That's my mama.
Not
Love
the
her.
rents.
Love her down. Love her down. Okay. But a
That's
funny
what's
story. I
up.
want to tell y'all a funny story about my mom. I'll tell you a funny story about my mama. So my sister's friend had my sister had a friend that worked at KFC. This was like back in high school. My sister graduated high school in '08. So this like
Hmm.
KFC was like popping. And I have to say that because it's not popping like that no more. And so
Oh, the Colonel.
KFC,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, KFC was popping. Everybody was doing KFC, yada yada yada. And so her friend was taking my mom's order, and so my mom was like, I want this and this. And then she was like, go ahead and just drop my chicken fresh, because I don't mind waiting. And my mom's one of those people, she like, I work hard for my money.
Oh yeah.
I ain't about to sit here and make you waste your time. Just I'll wait my 15 minutes, or however my 20 minutes. I'll just
Okay.
sit right here in the parking lot. But I'm good. I'll just talk on the phone, get it over with, and we
Yeah,
Gucci.
I'm paying my money. I want to get what I ordered, and I want it how
Yeah,
I want it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
I get it.
so
I get it.
that's what she did. And so the girl, when she got to she heard the girl over the speaker say, she always wanna wait, or she always some. So
Eh,
when my mama pulled up to the window to pay, and she said, "Hey, Ebony," she's like, "Who was the girl in the back? That said, said something. Da 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 da. She said this, and this." And then I guess the girl came to the front, and my mama said, you should watch what you say, because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have this chicken job, okay?"
Oh,
So if it was for people like
chicken
me
job.
if it wasn't for me, people coming, people, if it wasn't for people
Oh,
like me coming here to order food, you wouldn't
mm-mm.
have this chicken job. And man, every time my mama went up there, that lady respect my mama, and we ain't never had no problems ever since. Okay.
Mm,
My
mm, mm,
mother
mm.
likes to. She's very particular. I will tell you that she's very particular, and um, she will correct you on the spot. Hence, that's where I get it from. But
Oh,
also, my dad loves Chipotle, so I don't know if he eats Chipotle still, but when he
mm.
used to eat Chipotle, there's a Chipotle around the corner from my house, and my mom would, go there, get the food, and we all used to eat Chipotle. And then like it trickled off. Like my mom started eating it, then I stopped eating it. Then, my dad did start getting like vegan bowls because the meat nasty now. It's just
Oh, Chipotle bash. Oh wow.
yeah, Chipotle. Blech. Okay. But
Yikes.
anyways, and
Okay.
so they know my mom so well, they know the order, because now it's just my dad's order. They know the
Hmm.
order. And so sometimes, Jonathan, she will, yeah, she'll put up a little fight at the beginning because, they don't know her. But when you get to know her, you learn to love her, because I mean, just like me, I can be a little stubborn, but when you get to know me, you're like, oh, Brittany cool. She chill, I like Brittany.
Oh, a little
And
stubborn.
so
Okay. Yeah, a
and
little bit.
so
Okay.
she would used to walk into the Chipotle, and they'll see her car, and they'll already start making her order. And sometimes she'll walk in there and she'll get that mug free. She'll get it free.
That's love
Yeah.
though.
And then
That's
during
love.
Christmas time, or like holiday season, she'll go and she'll give people gift cards like that.
People
Yeah.
appreciate that. People
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up though.
she's one of those customers. Like she made friend like she this barbecue place that she loves. She made friends with the owner. She'll call the owner, "Hey, are you there?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I'm on my way. Make sure you hook me up, or get my food ready." Da, da, da. But yeah, my
Mm,
mama, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I like it. I like it. Being a good citizen never hurt nobody.
Right,
Being a good
right.
citizen, and I mean, yeah, just like
And
you said
being a
at
good
first,
mama don't hurt nobody either. Cause my mama got
that
me
part.
anything and everything. One time we went shopping when I was little, and it was me, her, and my sister. And my mama almost got us locked in the mall. We were like, "Mama, we gotta go." And we little, and she, pulling our hand, holding, "Come on, Brittany, come on, Tiara, let's go, girls." And I mean,
I ain't
oh
worried
my
about them. They
gosh,
ain't gonna shut down the store while I'm
they
in
ain't gonna, they
here.
ain't gonna shut that door, cause I know, okay, cause I already know. And I was
I
like,
know the
"Oh
manager.
my
I know the manager.
gosh,
And
right."
they waiting for me. They waiting for me to check out. Okay.
Right, right. And when we first moved to Texas back in 2005, my mom worked at Dillard's, and she still maintains some of those relationships. And so it'd be so funny like when we go to the store. Cuz your mom will know people, and then it trickles down. I know people, and yeah, 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 yeah.
That's what's up, man.
But I
Happy
love you,
Mother's Day.
Mama. I love you, Mama, so much. Happy early Mother's Day. You are my superwoman, my queen. I love you down, and I would not be here surviving without you. And she knows
Mm,
that.
that's real.
But yeah, my
That's
mama
real.
and Jesus. Okay, my mama and
That's some
Jesus.
that's some real
My
emotion on
mama,
this
Jesus, and
episode.
my grandma. Yeah.
That's some real emotion on this episode, producer Britt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let,
yeah,
let, let
yeah. Them
mama
my
feel the
girl.
love.
Yeah, them my girls right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, let mama
Yeah.
feel the love. Man, if y'all
Mhm.
really loving this content, hit that thumbs up, man. Hit that thumbs up on the channel. So y'all can continue to get this content. But that's dope though. That's real dope.
Yeah.
Because I like moms really be doing it. Like they really be doing
Doing it.
16 things, 17 things, and you don't even know. You never even knew some of the stuff, especially when you was growing up as a kid. Because that was one of
Mhm.
the things that my mom told me, right? Like growing up, I didn't know this, but my mom told me this maybe like 5 years ago or so.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Son, there were some times where I had to make sure that y'all ate, and then there be sometimes that I didn't eat. I didn't eat meals sometimes just to make sure that y'all was good." And
Oh.
I was like, "What? That's crazy." And
Ooh.
this is a picture of me and my mom at my wedding, and walking down the
Oh.
aisle and everything like that. But you know, uh, just getting to see my mom and knowing about like her resilience and this is her showing up when I got a scholarship to pursue my master's at SMU at SMU. My mom always showed up, and she always worked so hard. Producer
Yeah.
Britt, I remember growing up, she well, oh, and this is that's at Six Flags. Back when throwback jerseys was a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Yeah, back when throwback jersey was a thing. That's my brother, super cool.
Okay.
My mom put us on game, and she was like, "Hey, y'all, we're gonna go to Six Flags, but we're gonna pack this cooler, and we're gonna make these sandwiches." And that was
Absolutely.
back then, where you go to Six Flags, you enjoy some of the rides. We got there
They
early
they
before they
mark you
even.
right there. They put that mark on you right there.
Yeah, they put that
Yeah.
invisible ink on there. Put that
Yeah.
invisible ink on you. But yeah, we went in, rode some rides. Soon as the gates opened at Six Flags, went outside, took a pit stop, ate some sandwiches, ate and drank some drinks, got back in that thing. But
I
yeah,
used to love that. You look just
Six
like your
Six
mama
Flags
too.
was.
That's funny. You look just like your
I mean, that's what people always have said. Oh, and this was when
I'm
we
gonna
we
need you
won a
to get
national
some
championship.
more. These pictures are
What?
pixelated.
This is we wasn't taking camera phone pics then, and I probably done been through 6 phones since then, because
Oh.
this was also when I was in junior college, and this is my homeboy Buzo, who my mom said she say, "Son, I used to feel so bad for you sometimes at school. I feel so bad." I was like, "Mom, why'd you feel bad for me?" She's like, "Cause you didn't have nobody. You was here, you wasn't getting the college experience, and you was at the house." But then the next year, my boy Buzo came along. And
Mhm.
then, he I got the opportunity to meet his parents and his folks, and then he ended up moving in with us. So we had 2
Mm.
rooms upstairs. Yeah, so this was kind of like our dorm. My mom still held us down.
Yeah.
She still would cook, and she'd still hook us up, but this
It's
was
the
my
rings for
club
me. It's the
buddy.
rings
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
the rings. That's the rings. Still got the
Mhm.
ring today, of course. But yeah, showing up.
Oh, that boy got that bow
Senior
tie
night.
on.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was senior night at UT
That's your
Tyler. The
brother,
first
right?
picture. Yeah, that's my brother again.
Wow,
Hmm.
yeah, he looks just like your dad. That is
Yeah, you
funny.
see, he don't stretch out. But
He
yeah,
taller than your mama.
I mean, yeah, yeah. He taught my
Yeah,
mom,
where do you
but
get your height from?
I mean, my dad's 6'2". My
Oh,
uncle,
okay. Like
one of my
your grandpa
uncles is
tall?
6'5". I don't think my grandpa was tall.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like that 6'2"
Like
range.
six
So I
two.
mean,
Okay.
I
Okay.
was the
Just
one who,
shot up.
like
Just
stretched out.
drunk your milk, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, you got.
Okay.
Man, that's milk is so toxic. It'll make it go down. Anyway,
I know.
this was senior night at UT Tyler out in Tyler, Texas. My mom pulled up, brother pulled up,
She's so
and
sweet.
it was cool, man. It was cool. This
Wow.
is at Camp Jubilee. Yeah, Camp Jubilee, which is hosted out at Camp John Mark,
Mhm.
and this is a camp that I got into all because my mom put me on to a nonprofit when I was super young.
Mhm.
She tricked me. She tricked me one morning. Producer Britt. She said, "Look," she said, "Son," she said, you want to go and help me volunteer?" I said, "No, mom. Actually, I don't." She said, "Son, if you come and volunteer, I'll get you McDonald's breakfast." And I was thinking about them hot
Not
cakes and
you got
sausage.
bribed for McDonald's. I mean, back
Oh,
then McDonald's breakfast used to be good. You get the pancake,
yeah,
you get
man, that
that
pancake, that
pancake,
hot cake.
sausage, that
Ooh, that
ooh
syrup,
yeah,
let it
that
just run down
syrup,
that
yeah, that
pancake.
syrup, yeah,
That
with that
syrup run
hash
down that
brown.
pancake, crazy.
Yeah,
So,
I think yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so then, I volunteered at this nonprofit. It was called Services of Hope, and we was moving these boxes and just volunteering. And then one day, the CEO he tricked me. Also, right? This is
Okay,
just a
you
lot of
been
trickery going on.
a trick.
Lot,
Yeah,
lot, lot,
but
lot,
just
tri- lot of trickery happening. Lot of trickery going on. And he tricked me. He's like, "Hey man, yeah, you can come out here and volunteer. It's a basketball camp." And I was like, "It's a
this
basketball
don't
camp." He
look
said,
like no
"Yeah,
basketball. Ain't no basketball.
come out here." Exactly. What he later told me was, "Yeah, it's not a basketball camp, but they play an annual camp game." And when I tell you,
Oh wow.
Britt, when I tell you the camp counselors up there, some of the nicest people you will ever meet.
Mhm.
You know, they're our Caucasian brothers and sisters,
Uh huh.
but when they blow that whistle to play that game,
Uh huh.
it's like these people that I don't want to say they turn like into vampire, but they completely shift into something totally different.
Vampire is
But
crazy.
it was so intense out there. But yeah, so I was serving at that camp and I was on the board and
Mhm.
I'm just grateful for my mom because she introduced me into areas, into arenas that I would have never pursued. She brought me
Mhm.
to the Black Academy of Arts and Letters, and she took me to the library during summer reading, and she always made sure we read books and
Mhm.
always made sure we knocked out the homework first. So without my mom, I like just like you said, I wouldn't be here either. She's
I'd
been a
be
silent investor for a very long time.
yeah.
Very long time.
I'd be in a ditch somewhere to be honest with you.
Man, say. So yeah, man. Shout out to her. Shout out to her always, putting certain books in my hands or introducing me to different arenas that I would never know nothing about. And
Mhm.
even, her
So
giving me the
what are some
freedom.
tips that your mom gave you? Like one of my tips, like I was
Mm,
telling you offline yesterday, one of my tip my mom would always say, like when I started, having a social life, would be,
uh-huh.
don't ever go nowhere without no money in your pocket. At least have something. Have something in your pocket, Brittany. Or, if you say, all right, mom, I'm going to hang out with my friends. You ain't got no money? No. And you still going out to hang out with your friends? Mama,
Oh.
we in seventh grade. I mean, we're just going. We just walking around the mall not doing nothing. Here,
Yeah.
take something. It's
Hey,
something.
put this in your pocket.
It used to be
Put something.
hilarious when I used to try to like get an allowance and like ask my brother, like, okay, I'm gonna do chores around the house. I'm gonna do chores. My parents like, all right.
Mm.
It did not last long. It did not
I'm
last
about to
long because
say,
they'd
why
be
you
like,
volunteer for
what
that?
happened to the chores? And I'd be like, I don't have
I
time
just
for
don't want to do them no more. I don't have time for chores as a kid. It's crazy.
it. Basketball, and then that's when we had carpet in the house. You had to vacuum.
Mm.
And then, my mom wants things cleaned a certain way. And I was like, you know what? Y'all can fire me. Okay. Y'all can fire me.
Oh my
Y'all
goodness.
can fire me.
Fire me from doing my chores.
Y'all
Things that
can
I'm supposed
fire
to
me.
do anyway.
Y'all
Oh
can
my
fire
goodness.
me. You never got an
Wow.
allowance?
Yeah, I got allowance, but I didn't but I had to actually do what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, I would miss my quota.
Wow, you need a
I would
whooping.
miss it.
Still.
I would miss
Still.
that
Mother's Day
quota.
2025. Mama, whoop her just because, right? Just
No, no,
because.
no,
But
no, let's not do
you
that.
said
Okay, yeah, what's the
let's
tip?
see, let's
Give
see.
me one.
What's the so one of the things that I mean, my mom necessarily didn't tell me, but I mean, she like really showed me. But like
Yeah.
it was just how she operated around service. Like
Okay,
my
gotcha.
mom always showed up, always volunteered for everything.
Mhm.
Brit, African American Museum. She'd be dragging me and my brother up there. Hey son, I just gotta do this stuff real quick. Gotta knock out this stuff for their finances real quick. Doing that or services of hope, like I said, where we'd be
Yeah.
making these baskets and hand them out to people. Never hear my mom complain about that. And serving.
Mhm.
But one of the other things that was really just big, that my mom always kind of instilled in me was one, just be careful about the girls that you're hanging out with. Like
Oh
be
yeah,
careful.
definitely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
be careful about the girls you bring around here.
Mhm.
Like, and she later told me, she was like, "Son, I saw certain girls and I knew they weren't gonna be here long.
My
I just
mom used
seen
to
them and
say
I
that
knew."
about friends. Like
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
Mama, that's my friend. She'd be like, that's not your friend. And I'd be like, dang, we just what? Just met her. He's like, that's
Nah,
not your friend. And then later in life, guess what? They ain't
that's
my
not
friend.
your friend.
That
That's
ain't
not your
my
friend,
friend. It's not my friend at all.
man.
Yeah, so super, super crazy. Super crazy. Super
Oh, but
crazy.
wait, we talking heavy on Mother's Day. There's something I just want to bring up, producer Britt. I just want to bring this
What?
up. I mean, it was so last night. Okay, last night, me and Gabby went to the store because she volunteered to help make these baskets for Teachers Appreciation
Oh,
Week.
it is Teacher Appreciation Week.
Teacher
Yes, it
Appreciation
is.
Week, man. And I don't have no teacher now. I don't have no teacher now,
Yeah, you don't
but
have a teacher now. Oh,
what?
oh,
Oh,
flashing.
oh, oh my
Kanye
goodness.
West, lights flashing.
Whoa, flashing lights.
Lights.
But some of my favorite teachers, right? One of my favorite teachers
Uh-huh.
was this lady by the name of Dr. Jana Flowers. She was at Richardson at my junior college, and Dr. Flowers, man, shout out to her because she was one of the people that helped me come to the realization that I wanted to pursue psychology for my degree. So I'm like, oh dang. Dr. Flowers always showed up excited, always ready to be at work, and always ready to serve us. So, shout out to Dr. Flowers. And also during my time going through junior college, I met a guy named Dr. Artis Thornton. And Dr. Artis Thornton was one of the people who introduced me to like the art of speaking, the passion of speaking. And he talked like Sinbad. He'd be like, oh, dang, dang. And he had these loop earrings and it would always just dangle. And he was just like a crazy personality. And he always would, just share some of these stories with us about some of the people, how they'd
Uh-huh.
be so mad or so nervous doing their first speech. Britt, he
Mm.
said somebody came in one day, they was drunk because they was that nervous about doing a speech. They
Well, you
drunk part of
dang
a
sure gonna
handle,
be nervous now, baby.
passed out, got up in front and passed out in front of everybody. So yeah, man,
One of my
Dr. Flowers is one of the people, and Dr.
I would
Thornton.
say one teacher that two teachers. I'll give you two.
Mm,
One high school and one college. So
okay.
my high school teacher, her name is Holly Briggs.
Miss
And she was
Briggs.
a yeah, she was a English teacher, and she was a white teacher, but she loved Morris Chestnut. So we got along on those lines because yeah,
Okay,
she
okay,
loved
okay.
she married a white man, but she loved Morris Chestnut, and we would always joke about two could play that game, and so just that relationship through high school, because she was her first year was my first year in high school, and then
Oh, okay.
we kind of just went through high school together, and
Ugh.
then next thing you know, she left, I left, she went to go get married. I mean, I didn't get married, but I went to
Oh,
college, and you stupid.
all the
I went
transitions for
to
everybody. Everybody
I
got
went to
transitions.
college, and like we still follow each other on social media to this day. Like she still
Mm.
comments on my posts, and just
Wow,
that relationship in high school and having a close connection with a teacher and just be able to like talk
love
freely
that.
with someone, and it was good. It was good.
That's
It was
special.
good.
That's special.
And then college. Oh man,
Mm.
college. Um um, um, college was really good because
Mhm.
I transferred to Barry University in North Miami, and I was a PR major. I knew I wanted to do communications. So when I
Mm-hmm.
was at Ranger, my JUCO, I did communications. And
Come
then I
on,
was like,
JUCO product.
right, JUCO.
Yeah,
So,
stand
and then
up.
I wanted to do communications. And then I was like, wherever I go, I'm still going to do something with communications. I knew I liked to talk. I knew I liked to fix problems. I knew I liked to do something technical, something
Yeah, yeah,
along
yeah.
those lines. And so when I got to Barry, it was one of those environments where, students that come from college, they already knew what they wanted to do.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Because my mom
Mm-hmm.
didn't go to college. And so, well, I think she did, like a semester or two, or maybe a year, but, she didn't go to a full experience in college. And so, being around all those people that already had college instilled in them and went to college
Mm-hmm.
visits and this and that and da da da, all that stuff. And so, little old me, I'm just okay.
Mm.
I think I want to be a PR major. And then when I did PR, I was like, man, I don't think I really want to fix crisis, a whole situation.
Wow. P.I. say
Wow, like a crazy
damage
situation.
control
I
all the
ain't trying to
time.
do that.
All the time.
Although, I know that I can, but I didn't want to do that. And so
Mm-hmm.
it was when I was in a advertising class, because in communications you had to take intro to advertising. And
Makes
so
sense.
my professor, his name was Dr. Savramutu, and he's Indian. Yes, he's Indian, and
Mm-mm.
from Sri Lanka, I believe. And so he said I had a really bad grade on a paper, and he said, "Brittany, come to my office." And I said, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh gosh!" And so I didn't know what that meant in college. I was like, "Oh gosh, like, are we good? Like, am I about to fail out? I got a scholarship. What are we doing? How's this
That's true.
happening?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That's true.
so
That's
he
typically
was
not good.
like, he said, "Do you know what a moth to a flame means?" And I was like, "The moth gonna burn up." And he was like, "Yeah, that's your." He said, "Yeah, that's your grade right now." And I said, "Oh gosh." And
Oh.
so yeah, so he said, "That's your grade right now." And I was like, he said, "You can redo the paper." And he's like, "I know you're smart. I know you can do it." And so he, encouraged me, encouraged me, encouraged me. And so from there, pulled me into broadcasting. I
Uh.
was I was a radio. I started working on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that was there before me, she was already a manager. So when she graduated, I became radio manager. I was part of the social media team. Before I started doing the management, and then I was on the newspaper.
Mm.
I did the TV club. Like, we
That
kind
girl,
of
everything.
started that, but I was always that
Sheesh.
student that like, I learned how to switch in college. So I learned how to be on a video switcher, a broadcast switcher
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
college, because our studio was so equipped. So I did camera operation in college. I knew how to do news story, because I mean that was my major. So that was everything that we
Okay.
did.
Everything
And
media. Mm.
everything media across the board. And so him and yeah, Dr. Savramutu and Dr. Berdeas. Dr. Berdeas was the dean, and so I had really close relationships with him. And
Mm.
that's how I gained my scholarships, because they were like, "We want to give you a scholarship. You are a rising star. We love you, Brittany."
That's
Da
dope.
da da
That's
da
dope.
da. And so they literally just took me under their wing, and here I am now.
Teacher Appreciation Week, everybody. Teacher Appreciation Week. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
Shout out to
I get
them.
kind of
Shout out to
emotional
them.
telling that story, because
Man. No,
it's so
that's
great.
real.
And then when I graduated, when I went to go start working at the radio station, um, they called for a, what was it, reference, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Letter
they called for a
recommendation.
letter of
Recommendation. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
And they called Dr. Savramutu, and I don't know what he said. I have no idea what he said. But the HR lady, she's like, "I've never gotten out of my desk, walked down the hall to the person that was hiring at the time,
Mm.
um, the executive producer at that time, TJ." She's like, "I've never went out of my office, walked all the way down, and said, 'You need to hire this girl.'"
Oh my
And
goodness.
I got the
Wow.
call, and that was that. And I called him. I said, "What did you say?" And he said, "You got the job, didn't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And then,
Dang.
like, he doesn't always keep up with all of his students, but he will, like milestones, he will tell
Mm,
you how, like, he doesn't go to graduations because everyone wants him to go to graduations,
of
but
course. I mean, you can't. Yeah.
he'll say, happy birthday, or he'll text you every now and then. It'd be a surprise, a big glow on your face for sure whenever he reaches out. So love
That's
him.
amazing. That's amazing. And one before we get out of here, I got to also shout out. I got to take it back to high school. I got to shout out Melissa Winston, producer
Okay.
Britt. I struggled in math so
Oh
so
my God, didn't
so
we
much.
all?
Your boy took the same math class. No, I struggled in algebra. Okay, your boy was struggling. Okay, I'm talking about. She passed out the test one day, and I started crying. She was like, "Jonathan, what's wrong?" I said, "I don't belong here. I don't belong here." She said, "Jonathan, just take the test. You'll be fine." Failed. Then what happened? Then I came up to her after and I'm like, "Miss Winston, can I go back? Like, can I go back to the math class before? Because I don't belong here." And she was
Uh-huh.
like, "Jonathan, this is what I'll do." She said, "If you're willing to come early in the morning and get tutoring, I'll come and I'll tutor you." And I said, "Are you sure, Miss Winston?" She said, "Yeah." And she was faithful, showing up, tutoring me. That woman made sure I made it out of that math class at Joseph Wheeler High School.
Praise
Britt,
God.
man, shout out to Melissa Winston. She held your boy down. I believe she's still
Hey.
there.
Oh
And
wow.
she taught my brother.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me. She
Mm-hmm.
she's like she's been there holding it down. And Miss Winston don't age. It's
Oh,
crazy. Because
okay.
I went back and saw her like probably like 5 years or so ago. The school has
Mm-hmm.
now like tripled in size.
Right.
But I saw her and I'm like, "Miss Winston, you look younger than when I was in school." That's crazy.
I know she loved that.
That's
Speaking of
crazy.
math, I have a funny math story. So I was in
No, 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 no. It's not about you.
high
No, go ahead.
school, whatever. High school, I did basketball, volleyball. I mean, I did basketball and track, and then I did volleyball during the summertime. And so, crazy story, Jonathan. So I failed a
Mhm.
math test, but you got to pass the play. Got to pass the play. Got to
You
pass the play.
got
That's
to.
that's
You
all they
got to.
instill in you. That's all they say. Pass the play. Pass the play. Pass the
That's it. They
play.
don't care how you pass. You just gotta
You just
pass.
need to pass, okay? That's when sports was real, okay? That's when it no
Oh,
NILs. That's when sports was real. We was out here getting it, okay? Scholarships
hey,
meant something. But
gotta get it.
yeah, gotta get it. So it was a basketball game or a track meet, but I had to pass because either way it went, I was needed, okay? And
Mm.
so failed the test. The bowling coach failed, I failed. And then the principal, her name was Carla, crazy, same name as my mama. And she goes, "Brittany, you will be here." It wasn't an ask. "You will be here Saturday morning and you will come and take the test, and I will be right there sitting next to you." And Carla
Ugh.
Ricks, that was her name. I'll be sitting
Mm.
right there next to you, and you will pass this math test so you can play. And that lady sat right there, right next to me. And yeah, I studied the night before, and I mean, I passed, but I was always one of those students like, if you would just apply yourself, you would be so
Mhm.
far. Yeah, you would get so far. But it wasn't until college I became studious because, I mean,
For sure.
technically high school is just like whatever. You ain't doing nothing in high school
I
anyway.
mean, hey, you got hey, you made the decision, right? You made the
But
decision, you
yeah,
stepped up, you made it happen.
yeah, because I
Speaking of
used to stay in the library at high school. In college, I used to stay in the
yeah,
library. Like
oh,
all like
college, I'm in the tutoring
once
center.
you realize like, oh, all the cool kids are in the library. I'm in here.
I didn't necessarily realize that, but I realized that
Mm.
that the tutoring center was that's the cheat code to passing.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
for sure.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of passing, before we get out of here,
Hmm.
the Timberwolves last night passed Golden State 117-93.
Really? One
I told you
Say that again?
117 to
To
93.
93.
Of course, the Warriors are without the
The
one that they
greats,
need.
the great
Yeah, without the
Stephen
Hall of
Curry.
Famer Steph Curry, the best shooter of all time.
Crazy. Crazy.
But Anthony Edwards got his 20 piece. Julius Randle got 24. You know what I'm saying? Jaden McDaniel 16. It was a good team
I
effort.
always hate when Dallas players can't come back to Dallas and play. So crazy.
Wait, what you mean? Who you?
Julius
Oh, because
Randle.
Julius Randle. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
just
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes me so mad. Like, complain. And it's not up to him, obviously, but
For
just
sure. I mean,
yeah,
he didn't want to be in Minnesota at first. I mean, he started putting out a blog about it, but I mean, you know how it goes. It's business, man. It's business.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
business.
man. Well, I had a great show. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend. Love on your mama, love on whoever took care of you growing up, your grandma,
That
your
part,
auntie, whomever.
for sure.
But if you can get a last minute reservation, you better get it today. And don't be pulling up to the restaurant, get mad at the waitresses and the hostess. Y'all be nice to them this weekend, okay? Y'all be nice to them because they got a lot going on. And most of the time, it's not them, it's the kitchen. Okay.
Man, that is true. They do got a lot going on. Most of the time, it's not them. Sometimes it is. But yeah. Oh man, shout out to the Lucid Experience. He said, "And Ant survived the injury scare too." That's right. That's
Oh,
right,
yeah, his
man.
ankle, I
Say,
believe. I think.
man, say.
Okay.
This is stuff scary, man. This stuff
Yep,
scary.
yep, yep.
But what's not scary is loving on your mama. So y'all make sure it's a happy Mother Day. And also make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button on YouTube, so YouTube can know that y'all like us at least a little bit. And then also if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. Family, this is Speak Your Success in the Oh, y'all are a great start to the morning. Come on, the
Thank
Lucid
you.
Experience.
Thank you,
Come
Lucid
on, man.
Experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot that. Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot that. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get out of here, man. The final thought is just love well this weekend.
Love
Love
well.
well.
Get your mama a card. Go get her some flowers. Get her something that she like. Okay. Don't forget. Because all the cards at
Don't
Walgreens, they probably
forget.
gone, to be
Man,
honest.
them cards is gone because we was getting teacher appreciation cards. The Mama's Day cards was gone. But hey, Home Goods got a couple cards. Home Goods got a couple
The
cards. Hey.
mahogany are the black cards. The mahogany are the black cards. Just yeah.
Support black business even
Support
in
black
May.
business. Get the get the
Support
get the
black
mahogany
business.
cards. Get the mahogany cards. Don't be
All
getting your
right, man.
mama a white lady on a card.
A
Get the black.
mahogany
Get the
card.
black mama. Get the black mama.
Mahogany, not
Mahogany.
mahogany. Okay. Y'all,
Mahogany.
we getting out of here. This is Speaking Success in the Morning. That's producer Britt. I'm Jonathan Jones. And y'all, every morning, Monday through Friday, we're here live with you. And if you miss an episode, make sure you subscribe to the channel because you can go back and catch up on the
I'm
content.
sorry. I'm sorry. I just got a text from my engineer, my dad. He watched me. He said we moved to Texas in 2003. I'm sorry. I must have said.
Ask him how you sound today. Ask him,
No,
are you booming today?
no.
You
I gotta
booming
go
today?
to
All
work.
right,
I
we
gotta
we
go to
gotta go. Producer Britt gonna have an
work.
update for us next week. But family, remember. All right, speak your success, believe in your greatness, and continue to create the life and business of your dreams. Why should you and why would you live any other